The way I was moving before wasn't conscious. I was just getting up and I was like robotic. I was just a robot and I was just feeding the drug into my brain and my brain was saying, okay, you're okay now. You ever get that feeling? You take the pill and then it's just your brain's okay now. I can move on through my day. And then you do that for years and you just stop, you just lose looking at the trees. You know, I had an amazing father as much as he was a piece of shit. I think we all have those relationships with our parents. It's because of him I'm where I'm at. It's because of him, of the perseverance that I have, because I was so angry with him as a child growing up because of some issues that happened. He didn't call out someone when he knew something was going on, and sexual abuse. You know, he caught someone in my room, and it was late at night, and the next morning I went upstairs to get my Cheerios because that's what I ate, Cheerios with a lot of sugar. And I didn't sleep that night. I was so happy that he had found out, and I got upstairs to the kitchen table, and I'll never forget him. I was grade like 4, 5, maybe 4, 3, 4. I said, Dad, we're gonna talk about last night? And he looked straight in my eyes and he said, that's never happening. That never happened, and that stuff doesn't happen in this house, and we're never gonna talk about that. And it was at that moment that that 9-year-old boy decided that he's never going to breathe again. He's never going to live again. And it wasn't months after that that I was at my brother's friend's house, and my brother's friend sat on my chest. He was a big, fat, fucking piece of shit. Sorry, friends. But I clearly remember I was about a year and a half sober, 97, with my therapist, and it clicked with me why I did drugs, why I did those things to make myself escape from life. It was because that night he sat on my chest and his knees were on my shoulders, and he had me pinned down, and my brother was hot knife and hash with a big 2-liter bottle with the ice, and you cut the bottle in half and you put the ice in, you flip the bottle, and he hot knife hash, and he blew the smoke in my face. And it wasn't 3 minutes, 3 seconds. I just floated, just like, okay, that was it. And so I found out, I realized when I was just over a year sober why it was that I started doing drugs. And I never stopped since I was 10. I was 16. I was doing rails in my bathroom, and I remember the first time I did a rail by myself in the bathroom. I did a rail with my right nostril. I looked up in the mirror, and then the red stuff come out of my nose, and there was just no feeling. I was like, okay, next. That was it. Lived at a house on 456 Melville in Prince George by Dairy Queen. We had house wreckers in that party, and Jason Bester, man, we just partied our faces off. But that was it, and when I got sober in 96, my life began. I started breathing again. That 9-year-old boy started to be aware and be alive, and it wasn't years after that I had opportunities to play, a sport that I had loved growing up. And the dreams came alive. I wanted to work with kids, and I opened up a group home. I have no idea how I did that because I had a lengthy criminal past, but as a result of the work that I did at this group home, one of the head honchos of the government had really tight connections with that home that I worked at, and when I left working for the House of Blues Concerts Canada and I broke my back and I had out of surgery in 2000, they said, why don't you open up a group home? And it wasn't like a month later. I had proposed, I'd written up an 8-page proposal to the government, and went and signed a $120,000 contract, just like that. And off I was. And it wasn't like those were amazing times in my life. Sober, no financial difficulties, Girlfriends, that was the only problems I had. A lot of girlfriends. Too many girlfriends. Never happy or satisfied unless I had two going. That was the other addiction. It was horrible. Always scared of girls. Always had a tough time with relationships due to the abuse that I had dealt with when I was a kid. But you know, let me just talk about that whole thing, you know, waking up that day in 2008. It was New Year's that I went in the hospital 2007 and had the back surgery, and I came out the next day on January 1st, and I don't know, they had me on like 80 milligrams of oxys and 40 milligrams of hydros, and I don't know, like 300 milligrams of gabapentin and sleeping pills too. Then they were giving me constipation pills because I was constipated, and then they were giving muscle relaxers. I mean, they just gave me a whole slew of like, here you go. Here you go, Mr. B. You can have anything you want. And I was just like, I can't do this. I can't stop. I can't stop. I couldn't stop, and because I had gotten so high in my life and so much privilege because of the hard work that I did, I just numbed myself out slowly. After 10 years, I just numbed myself out. Those doctors knew. The doctors knew that I had an addiction problem because it's all over my reports. But they thought that, you know, I mean, ultimately, the first 10 years that I did them, I mean, it was okay. I did them every couple days. I didn't really make it a huge habit. But in 2019, when I brought, there goes the back. I get these shooting nerve stuff. It was in 2019 when I tripled my dose. I was done. And then last year with Suboxone. That's just the craziest, grossest drug I've ever ever. And the left government, they just give this drug out, right? Because they don't want to hurt. They don't want people to go through mass withdrawal and detox and like puking and shitting themselves and like, you know, projectile vomiting out of both ends. They don't want people to go through that, so they'd rather just give them Suboxone, which just hurts and affects them. I talked to this lady a couple days ago. She had sores all over her face, and she we had this long talk, and yeah, I've been a lot of talks with a lot of people downtown, and they all say the same thing. You know, we can't get off, and we don't want to go to SRO because it's a death sentence, and there's so many people in my country that are hurting. There's so many people in North America. Trump's in, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen? All these orders, and we'll see. You know, I will be proud to tell everyone here that I had a meeting with a big dog, like a member of Parliament today. Big guy, because of some of the work that I've done up in Prince George a couple of months ago. I did a big video on the homelessness and put it on YouTube on my other channel, and they saw it and contacted me. The newspaper up there contacted me. Wow, that's gorgeous. And that's Banff or something. No, it's not Banff, it's BC. Banff is Vancouver. It's Whistler. That's Whistler. So now I've got a meeting with the MLA, the Member of Parliament for... Anyways, yeah, so Jason Bester, sorry, my thing went off, so I stopped recording stuff. You know, like, it was a crazy time, right? It was definitely a crazy time for sure. You know, the whole, like I said, the whole Suboxone thing comes in, the prescription medication, the Suboxone. It's just crazy. Now they're just giving it out like it's nobody's business, and so many people are dying. It's true, it's horror out there. Anyways, this one's going to be short. And I hope you enjoyed the scenery. I will be back tomorrow. I will show you my ice tub. I built it all back up, and I'm super proud of it. I hope you like the lighting. I bought some new lights. I'm going to do a screen tomorrow, so my other screen looks just as good as this one when I look at myself through my camera. I'm having fun. Anyways, friends, if you're struggling out there and you're having a tough time, there's another way. I know it took me years to change it, to change it, and I think I got the answer. I think I know what to do now. I think I know how to do it. So if you're struggling out there, hit me on the DM, send me a message. You know, some people are not messaging me on here. I don't know why they're finding my email and sending me messages. So however you need to get reach out, and know you're not alone. You're not alone. God bless. Truth Provers.